Good morning, I'm Laura Mancuso, and for those of you who were here yesterday, welcome back. And for those who are here for the first time, we're so glad you could join us today. We have a special treat this morning in the privilege of spending time in the presence and experiencing the drumming of Kokomon. I once was able to spend a whole day with Kokomon and Aisha, and it is literally a life-changing, beautiful event. We have given him 30 minutes this morning, and he's chosen to use all of those minutes drumming with you, and none of them using words. So I will speak for a little while to describe what he's going to do, and then he will begin. Kokomon was born to the Ga Adagbi tribe in Accra, the capital of Ghana in West Africa. The Gai society is rich with ancient codes of conduct, deep spiritual beliefs, and rituals of power. Kokomon is an interpreter of this indigenous African tribe's wisdom and rituals. He's also a storyteller, record producer, author, and teacher. He is guest faculty at the Chaplaincy Institute of Arts and Interfaith Ministries in Berkeley, and the author of the book Mindful Drumming, Ancient Wisdom for Unleashing the Human Spirit and Building Community, and also co-author with his wife Aisha of Beyond Fear, 12 Spiritual Keys to Racial Healing. And you can meet both Kokomon and Aisha outside of this session at their table right outside the door. One of the things that this conference is trying to support mental health service providers in doing is to find ways of bringing spirituality into services. And we differentiate spirituality from religion. It's kind of the core, and yet it's larger than religion as well. And when I think of Kokomon, I think of going even beyond that to just pure values of love, forgiveness, healing, and empowerment. And I want to share with you the 12 principles that he and his colleagues at the Attitudinal Healing Connection in Oakland have defined. I'm going to read you these 12 principles, and I want to ask you to hear them, to really hear them, and to think, how would your life be changed if you fully embraced these principles from this moment forward? The essence of our being is love. Health is inner peace. Healing is letting go of fear. Giving and receiving are the same. We can let go of the past and of the future. Now is the only time there is, and each instant is forgiving. We can learn to love ourselves and others by forgiving rather than by judging. We can become love finders rather than fault finders. We can choose and direct ourselves to be peaceful inside, regardless of what is happening outside. We are students and teachers to each other. We can focus on the whole of life rather than the fragments. Since love is eternal, change need not be viewed as fearful. And finally, we can always perceive others as either extending love or giving a call for help. Kokomon's drumming this morning will be in 3 parts. The first part is an invocation in which he will be calling in the ancestors and building community among us in this room. A very powerful thing for one man and his drums and his ancestors to achieve in a room of 400 people. In the second part, he will be doing some drumming that he calls Happy Rhythms, or the Geography of Joy. And you are most welcome while he's drumming to put your hand on your heart. You may feel in your chest cavity the reverberations of the drumming. You're invited to do that. You're invited to move, to dance, to sit still, to open your eyes, close your eyes, whatever's comfortable. And in the third part, he will be explicitly inviting you to join him. I give you this morning a great honor, Kokomon Kladi.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming this morning. And what we're going to do for the last phase is to ask you to join me. And as I travel this great land, sometimes my new friends tell me, well, Kokomon, you were born in Africa. You are Mr. Rhythm. As for me, I'm a white guy. I have no rhythm. I said, that's fallacious. That is not true. So we're going to do some few rhythms. And it's very, very simple. I discovered going to Morrison, Colorado, and looking at footprints of dinosaurs that left the planet 100 million years ago, is that they work in common time, as we say in music, that there are two signatures in music. One is 3/4 time, the other is 4/4 time. And so somehow the divine intelligence that created the dinosaur realized, hey, it worked for the dinosaurs, it will work for the humans as well. Yes, so after 100 million years after the dinosaurs, we came along and we work the same way like the dinosaurs. It is very powerful. So that's what I'm going to ask you to do. And it's very, very simple. And it goes like this. You may use your tie or perhaps use your table. And so to go like this. 1, 2, 3, ha. 1, 2, 3, ha. 1, 2, 3. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Oh, my God. Over here, these guys over here are speeding up, and these guys are chasing them. We are in trouble. Oh, my God. Okay, it is my fault. I didn't let you know or didn't warn you that we must pay attention. This room over here should listen to this room over here. Because you remember when we are walking, the two legs, or perhaps if we use penguins, they go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So you guys going to listen to these guys over here, and you all go 1, 2, 3. Ha. 1, 2, 3. Ha. The ha is very, very critical. And why is that? Because when we say 1, 2, 3, we breathe in. And then the ha is we want to breathe out any fear or worries we have this morning. So 1, 2, 3, ha. 1, 2, 3, ha. And it's critical that we have it all together. And why is that? Because if somebody in this room is afraid of anything, these guys are going to, you guys over here are going to help them. That's why we have to bring it together. That's what I talk about in my book, Mindful Drumming. That if we are able to come together and work together in one rhythm, a lot of healing happens instantaneously. So I beg all of you, you guys, please, listen to these guys over here. And you also, it's a marriage. Yes, you listen to them. So let's practice, please. 1, 2, 3, ha. 1, 2, 3. Give yourself a big hand. Woo! Wow! This is powerful. This is truly powerful. I think I'm going to take you guys on the road. So I want to invite all of you to come to the Quaker Center with me on the 19th of June to 21st. I'm hosting this Unleashing the Human Spirit retreat, and we have scholarships available, but you need to let us know as quickly as possible. Our table is right there in the front. And again, I want to thank Reverend Laura and thank Monique and Gigi and all the wonderful people that put this conference together. Make sure you get your tape and your DVD from conference recording so you can share this experience with your friends.
We still have 10 minutes and we don't want to let go of you. Can we dance?
Yes, oh yes, oh fantastic. And I blame my friend Ray because he was having so much time. Enjoy. I see him dancing. He was not giving me the cues. You see, we are in trouble. So we're going to do another rhythm then because we have more time here. I see people are standing now. People are ready to do some movement. Woo! Okay, great. So this time we're going to still do the 4/4 tempo, but we're going to put a couple of rests. And the way it works is 1 ha, 1 ha. That's the 2 will be ha, and then 3 ha. So the 4 will be ha. 1 ha, ha, 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 1 ha, 3 ha, 1 ha, 3 ha, 1 ha, 3 ha. I'm going to invite Aisha. Hello. I'm going to invite Aisha to lead us in movement for these 10 minutes. Aisha, please come.
Hello, everybody. What I'd like for you to do is to realize that we all have these beautiful bodies, and we are going to do a body praise, and that means that you're going to be moving the body. So I want to see everybody moving the body. Let's shake the body. Come on. I'm looking all the way to the back. Let's shake this body. And put your hand on the top of your head. And you want to praise that head. Say, I love you, head. that head, because have you thanked that head for serving you today? And let's move it. Woo! So thank you. Now let's take that neck, hold that neck, let's rub it a little bit. And let's say thank you, neck, for carrying this heavy head. And let's move it and let's shake it a little bit. Come on, let's shake it. Okay. Can we get somebody? We want to, the shoulders, you know, we carry so much on these shoulders. We carry the weight of the world on these shoulders. So let's just move these shoulders around. Keep moving. Don't stop moving. And let's hold the shoulders. And let's feel the tension move from the shoulders. Okay, now you want to thank these shoulders for serving you. This is the body prayer. Let's praise the body for carrying all of our worries. Now let's throw these worries off. Woo! Is everybody moving? I see some people in the back that's not praising the body. That body serves you every morning. What if you couldn't get up out that bed? So let's be grateful for the body. Now, you know, many times we just don't give the body no respect. What about the breasts? Woo! Do you thank these breasts, or do you just wait till they're in trouble, then you start to thank them? Come on, you guys. Let's shake it, but don't break it. Come on. Yes. Now, what about the tummy? What did you put in there this morning? Have you thanked your tummy for all the things that you have to digest? Oh, my God. Let's rub it and let's say, thank you, tummy, for serving me. Every morning, get up and look at your body and say, thank you, body, for being an instrument of peace. And then the waist. Have we forgotten that we have one? I know I have. So let's shake it. Come on, I see some people back there not shaking it. Now, what if you couldn't shake it? Come on. Let's praise the body. I want everybody, put your hand on your hip and let your backbone slip. Yeah. Okay. Now there's a part of the body. Let's put our hand on that derriere. Have you forgotten about that today? All the trouble we give it, huh? So let's shake. Let's shake it, but don't break it. So let's be grateful. Let's move it, you guys. Come on. And then these upper legs. Let's shake them. When was the last time you shake these legs? These upper legs, they have so much to carry. And what about these knees? We don't really need the knees, do we? Do we need these knees? I don't think we really need the knees. When was the last time you thanked your knees? Okay. And what about these calves? We could do without these calves, huh? We could leave them at home. And the heels. What about the heels? We don't really need these heels. When was the last time you thought about them? And what about the toes? We don't really need these toes, do we? And these fingers, do we really need them? So let's just stretch up to heaven and let's be grateful. Now, take some deep breaths and let's reach down to the earth and let's thank the earth for holding us up. And let's take a deep breath and let's come up. Now you're ready to have a wonderful conference.
We got there, didn't we? Took a couple tries, but we got there. That was beautiful. Thank you very much to Kokomon and Aisha. Now we're ready to give you our official welcome to the first Northern California Conference on Mental Health and Spirituality. We're here. We did it. We're here. We will be doing our formal thank yous over lunch, but we would like to take a minute to acknowledge all the different groups that it took to make this possible. First and foremost, the Alameda County Behavioral Health Care Services. Alameda County Peers, Peers Envisioning and Engaging in Recovery Services. And Alameda County Pool of Consumer Champions. At the state level, I'd like to acknowledge the California Mental Health Directors Association and the 51 counties who have funded the initiative at the state level. 51 counties who made voluntary contributions so that we could be engaged in planning for the past year. Also the California Institute for Mental Health, where the initiative is based, in the Center for Multicultural Development. And there are many members of the original core work group that conceived of this project, and there are many members of the current work group, and we'd like to thank all of you as well. Our vision is that we will transform the public mental health system in California so that it embraces the spiritual lives of the people that it serves or desires to serve. All right? That is our goal. This conference is one of the ways that we're trying to make that happen. We welcome all of you, whether you are a service provider, whether you are a service recipient, whether you're a member of a faith community, whether you wear all of those hats. We're very glad that you're here, and thank you for coming. I will... I'd like to now introduce Gigi Crowder and Stephen Buchholz, who are my co-master of ceremonies for the day.
Okay, I'm looking at a sign here that says, speakers, thank you for speaking a little more slowly and clearly. We're trying to keep up with translation. I think that was for me. I tend to speed talk. So I am Gigi Crowder, and I'm the Ethnic Services Manager for Alameda County. And I worked with the planning group for this conference. It actually was a group of individuals from the Alameda County level spirituality work group. So I was staffing it along with Jay Mauler, and we had anywhere from 5 to 10 consumers from the Pool of Consumer Champions who would come, and they came up with a brilliant idea maybe after the 4th or 5th meetings. Why can't we do a conference? And at that time, me being overeager, I said, yeah, let's pull off a conference. We could do it in May, Mental Health Awareness Month. And that was January. It has taken us 2 years really to with the initial thoughts of this to getting to today. We went to Los Angeles last year and saw the great work they were doing there and decided, and I'm kind of naturally competitive, so saw the work that they were doing there and wondered why couldn't we do that in Alameda County. And with Jay Mahler being the individual that he is, he and I sat in my office and he took it to admin and we got the okay. So for me this morning, it was just like I was so full. We had an opportunity for individuals to go to yoga and meditation, and I went in there and I saw the hospitality room, which all of you should really have get a chance to go up there today. I've been to many of conferences in my career, and none before has there been a space set aside for individuals to take care of themselves the way we are. I could either be sitting here nervous or I could be up there actually taking a nap with aromatherapy and with waterfall, and there's an opportunity to write down reflections, which we're asking you to do because we're going to make a book of all the comments. I actually jotted down one of the comments. It was, it's not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about dancing in the rain. And I thought, whoa, you know. And it was signed anonymous, and the tears just started falling because sometimes in this life, you know, we don't always get an opportunity to appreciate the small things. I often complain sometimes about the workload I have, but in this position, I've had wonderful opportunities. I've had excellent opportunities. In our effort to make this the best event possible, some of us went over and met with our guest speaker from yesterday, that was Cecil Williams. And I told myself then, I will never complain about my job because I have been afforded so many wonderful opportunities in working there. So I just want to say that, but I also want to let you know in my role as Ethnic Services Manager, I'm kind of charged with the task of being inclusive, making sure that services are provided to all. So in doing that, I saw that there was a way for other ethnic services managers like myself to embrace spirituality and faith as we do our outreach work. So I really, really wanted to be involved in this effort, and I feel very blessed that I've been able to participate in the way that I have. So we do have translation services for Spanish speakers, and they're over primarily in the corner over there, and throughout the day when we go into our breakout groups, you will hear some sounds in the background. That's not individuals who are talking and not listening to the speaker. Those are the individuals doing their translation, so we have to be patient around that. And then also I told yesterday that I was going to do a little I had 3 jokes prepared, so I got one yesterday and it went over okay. So today, here's my second one. So yesterday I let everybody know that when I was not necessarily as involved in my church, someone told me, well, just think of the Bible as basic instructions before leaving earth. So I said, okay, great. And so I'm not going to give you the punchline to that. I'll let someone from yesterday give you that one. But today I was thinking about when I was in a relationship and really wanting to make it work. I'm not a coffee drinker, but we'd ran out of coffee, and I said, I'll go do that part, but when I get back, then you need to put it on. And the individual I was seeing said he didn't feel like he should be making the coffee, so I pulled out the Bible, and what book do you think I turned to? Oh, okay, you heard that one before. Okay, so anyway, okay. So I'm also here today to let you all know that in our effort to be very inclusive, you're also going to hear individuals using terminology. It's been the consumers who have let us know that it's real important for them to have opportunities to talk about their faith. And we recognize that in Alameda County, we're one of the most diverse communities. So we have faiths that are, very widespread with different belief systems. Yesterday we had a panel of, I believe it was 7 different faiths, And so we're not avoiding words like God and Allah and Buddha. We're going to be as open and exclusive as possible. We have a space also upstairs for individuals who have any concerns. I'm taking that charge on. If something's bothering you and you don't feel like we've done our best job with this, we only want to get better, so you can come and see me about it if you have any concerns about that. And Stephen's going to share with you now, Stephen Buchholz is going to share with you now some of the things that we have in place for you today and things that you can do to make this the best experience for you.
Good morning again. My name is Stephen Buchholz, and I used to be a wellness recovery resiliency specialist. Now I'm just a wellness educator, which I'm grateful for because it's shorter. At the Wellness Recovery Resiliency Hub of Alameda County Behavioral Health Care Services. And I wanted to say again how honored I am to be a part of this incredibly powerful experience. I was thinking when Aisha was up here and she said to find your derriere, I wasn't quite sure where mine was. Somebody told me one time, if you feel like your rear end is falling off, put it in a paper bag and just bring it with you. So that's basically what I did today. I want to remind you of what Gigi was talking about, the hospitality room. It's a wonderful space upstairs next to the ballroom. Music, waterfall, there's places to sit and to be quiet, and there's a corner where you maybe, if you want to chat, there's chocolate in there. Everybody go running. What I feel really strongly about in terms of my own spirituality is that I feel grounded, and particularly when we're going to be attending workshops that are going to bring up all kinds of things and have us look interiorly, I really think it's important for us to really get centered. So I'm going to do a guided imagery thing this morning that's short and invite you. For some people, guided imagery things don't work, so if that doesn't work for you, you're more than welcome if you need to step out or whatever. But I ask you if you could just get comfortable in your chair right now, as comfortable as you can. And I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. If not, you might want to focus on a spot on the table. And just to start to become aware of your breathing. I always think of spirit as breath. And when I get in touch with my breath, I feel the spirit within me. So quieting ourselves and becoming aware of our breath and allowing that breath to move through us from the top of our heads, down slowly in waves through our bodies. Oxygen moving through, enlivening the cells in our bodies, feeling our feet on the floor and ourselves in the chair, feeling grounded. Thoughts, feelings may start to pop up. It's okay. Allow them to pass by. Relaxing, centered. I'm going to invite you to picture yourself standing in front of an elevator. Just you in an empty lobby. And you push the button and the elevator doors open. Step in. You can hear the music as the doors close. And the elevator starts to go down. And as the elevator moves down, you're moving deeper and deeper into a sense of peace and relaxation. Gentle music playing on the music as the elevator moves lower and lower, deeper into your sense of your center and yourself. The elevator comes to a gentle stop and the doors open, and before you is a beautiful garden. Step out of the elevator and into the garden and look around. What kinds of flowers are there? Is there water? How does the sun feel? Walk around the garden. What do you smell? What do you see? How do you feel? A sense of relaxation and peace overwhelms you. In the distance, there is a bench and a person sitting on the bench, calling you over. Look at the person. Who is the person? Somebody very special to you. Somebody of comfort, somebody of support. They beckon you over to sit on the bench. They put their arm around you, look into your eyes. They begin to speak to you. Words of comfort, words of support. You feel an overwhelming sense of love and comfort. You are in a place where you belong. What are they saying to you? What do you feel as they speak to you? Sit there peacefully with their arm around you and enjoy their company for a moment. Then the person tells you it's time for you to go. And they tell you that they will be with you throughout this day. They give you a hug and send you on your way. You walk back through the garden towards the elevator, smelling the flowers, hearing the roll of the water, feeling the sun, and remembering those words of comfort. You walk to the elevator, push the button, the doors open and you step in. The doors close, you hear the music again, and the elevator begins to rise. Slowly, you have a sense of relaxation, a sense of peace, ready to take on whatever happens whenever the elevator stops. The doors open. Step out into the lobby and gently come back into the room. Thank you. I'm the one who's supposed to keep things going or slowing down. I don't know which. One announcement is that those of you that come from, there's a lot of providers here today, since the focus today is more specifically on providers. If you're coming from a whole group, like from one county or from one team or a CBO, we invite you to split up and go to different workshops so that you get as much of the experience as possible, and then you can come back together and share what you learned. I want to remind you again about the audio and CD recordings that are outside at the conference services recording, I think, or whatever. And there was something else I was supposed to announce. Oh, there's going to be formed an Alameda County Spirituality Work Group. It's going to be Wednesday, June 24th from 9:30 to 11. I think there's flyers out there, but I'll tell you again. Wednesday, June 24th from 9:30 to 11 at the Alameda County Vocational Program, which is on Hagenberger Road. Join us for our next meeting to discuss the continuing efforts in Alameda County to recognize spirituality as a resource in the recovery process of consumers as part of the statewide Mental Health and Spirituality Initiative. Come share your thoughts and ideas in a safe, diverse, and respectful environment. Is there anything else I missed? Thank you.
We were given announcements yesterday to let everyone know the restrooms are also right outside to the left. And for those individuals who are here in one CEU units, at the registration table, you noticed that there was a sign that said CEU. So after each workshop, there'll be an opportunity to get your CEU units sign stamped. And we're also encouraging everyone to fill out their evaluation forms. We're going to actually look at them. and we're going to take back the feedback so that we'll know how to work within planning for our next, which I hope there will be a next one. We're also here today to let you know, if you look at your program, we were hoping we can have Dr. Steve Mayberg, who's the State Director of Mental Health, Department of Mental Health, here today, but we all know here in California we're under difficult economic times. So he's in a session today where he's going to be looking at what needs to happen for us to keep all of our mental health dollars in place. Also, that's the same thing that's happening with our Alameda County Board of Supervisors. They're also at a place now where they're going to be looking at what we're going to do on a local level. So we have someone who I think, for me, in the role that I play, even more important to me than Dr. Mayberg. This is the individual that makes sure that we're offering culturally competent and effective services for our mental health consumers across the state. We're honored today to have in place of Dr. Mayberg, Rachel Guerrero.
Good morning. Y buenos días a mis amigos que hablan español. Mucho gusto en estar aquí con ustedes y voy a hacer la lucha a hablar un poquito en español también. I said that I would try to translate some of my remarks in Spanish to relieve the interpreters a little bit and also welcome them. On behalf of Dr. Steve Mayberg, I want to welcome you to this first annual Northern California Conference. He asked me to please forward his congratulations to the conference planners, to Jay Mahler, to Gigi Crowler, to Reverend Laura Mancuso, and all the other conference planners. Congratulations. This is a really important conference to go forward, and he is really excited that you have all worked so very hard to put this together, and he really asked me to offer his congratulations. And also, of course, his regrets for not being here. He really wanted to come, and he didn't come to my office really until 5 o'clock to let me know that, in fact, he could not make it. So we did have a little bit of a chance to talk about what are some of the comments he wanted me to forward. I wish that he was here along with the legislature to participate in that wonderful meditation. For me, it was wonderful. I had a visit with my mother, who passed away many years ago, right around the time I actually got this job, about 11 years ago. So thank you for a wonderful meditation. It was a wonderful visit. And I think we need to offer to Steve, to the legislatures and the people that are sitting in front of the legislature making decisions that will really impact communities' lives, to people in California, that we are in a major budget challenge. He is there trying to fight the good fight to keep mental health dollars on the table. It is a major challenge. They are called to meetings on not daily but hourly basis. And I just heard driving in this morning that, again, Governor Schwarzenegger will be making some additional presentation to the legislature this morning on his position on future cuts. This is an incredibly challenged time. I think when I sit here looking at this amazing, we both did this last night, your workshops, what an amazing protocol of activities and conferences and breakout sessions you have. It is quite profound, so congratulations. He asked me just to say a few things of his reflections in looking at your conference and the conference planning materials. So let me just stop for a minute and translate. De parte del director del Departamento de Salud Mental, él ofrece sus bienvenidos a todos a esta conferencia y quiere decir que importante él piensa que teniendo una conferencia como esta es muy importante porque toda la gente, el parte que fe, espiritualidad, religión, tiene una parte muy importante en las vidas de todas personas. Ahorita el señor Mayberg no está aquí porque está en conferencias en Sacramento, luchando para los dólares para la gente de salud mental, con muchas otras personas que se encargan de este tema. Hay que pensar de ellos porque ellos están en una una posición ahorita muy difícil en entendiendo las dificultades de los esfuerzos del dinero para las gentes en nuestro estado. So, con mucha pena, el señor director del Departamento de Salud Mental ofrece su perdón por no poder estar aquí con ustedes ahora. Sí, cómo no. También tengo mucho español para aprender, no es tan bien, pero sí me hago hacer entender, yo creo. Dr. Mayberg asked me to say the following things. He said, never underestimate the role that spirituality, faith, and religion has in a person's recovery and wellness. He believes that hope and faith and the important role it has in person's well-being is a critical role in all wellness, recovery, and healing. He told me that he has worked with many people in his careers who have experienced much trauma, much mental illness, and most important, loss of faith, loss of hope. What he has found that even in times when the mental health system did not show up, was not there in a way that made sense, that what he found was persons turned to faith and spirituality to help them through. The role that faith, spirituality, and religion plays in wellness recovery is most critical and most important. It is long overdue that we as mental health providers pay attention to the significant and important role this plays in people's lives. Too often, there is confusion around the role that spirituality and faith plays in healing. Unfortunately, many traditionally trained therapists think that we must separate church and state. A big confusion in the clinical field of mental health. Never was that the intent. But unfortunately, when we historically look back, we often find this mistake. We think, this conference is a significant, important step to bring a solid and very clear focus on the role that spirituality and faith plays. An important acknowledgement that spirituality, faith, and religion is very diverse. Christianity, Buddhism, Muslim, all the different cultures, faiths in the world are important. We must not be biased and prejudiced about one spiritual or faith-based perspective, but acknowledge that people's faith and spirituality is a very individual journey and a journey that changes over time, and that we must go along in that journey with our clients that we work with. He had a second point he wanted to make, and that is that it is really important when we talk about faith, religion, spirituality, whatever role that plays for you, that there is another part of this, and that is the part that faith, religion, and spirituality provides a community. There is a community in these different faith communities, and that we must recognize the important supportive role that the network from faith and religious communities can play in the lives of individuals. It is important that we accept that role and that we acknowledge the important role that that part of community, the spiritual community, the faith community, plays in a person's recovery and wellness. So with these 2 points he asked me to make to you, remember that faith, spirituality, and religion do play an important role. It's important for us as clinicians to figure that out with our clients, to go forward in that journey together and recognize the role that that plays in healing and wellness. And second, recognize the role that the communities that people are engaged with around faith and spirituality, that they play a critical, important role in terms of a person's recovery and wellness. Also, it's really important for us to play a role with religious communities or faith communities, that they work on the bias that they may have around stigma and discrimination for persons with mental illness. And if they are uncomfortable with dealing with that part of a person's journey, that they also seek to work together with the mental health community to engage those processes in the most positive and effective way. So with those comments, I close. I really want to, again, on my own behalf, congratulate you for an amazing conference. I look forward to spending the day with you. And on behalf of Dr. Mayberg, again, he regrets he can't be here, but I'm really happy to bring forward his thoughts for you. Thank you very much.